So a few months ago, I made a video about the cancelled South Park Game Boy Color game. And this is a part 2 to that video. And for people who don't know, back when South Park was really popping off and becoming a cultural phenomenon, the video game company ǝqᴉΡ wanted to capitalize on it. ǝqᴉΡ is known for making quick, bare-bones games based on famous cartoons for dirt cheap. So they got a partnership with Comedy Central, and ǝqᴉΡ started working on a ton of different South Park projects. The first was weirdly a first-person shooter similar to Doom, but instead of guns and demons, it's snowballs and turkeys. This game actually got finished, and it was later released on the N64. But while that game was being developed, they started to work on another game for the Game Boy Color that was supposed to release alongside the 64 game. And they actually completely finished development on it. They started manufacturing cartridges, and they were ready to ship, but Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the creators of South Park, thought about how the Game Boy is marketed heavily towards kids. And releasing a game based on a raunchy adult comedy on that platform would not go well with parents. So they recalled and destroyed every single copy. Except for 2, that Matt and Trey kept for themselves, in commemoration of it being the first South Park game they ever completed. But ǝqᴉΡ didn't want to just not release a game they had invested so much time and money into, so what they did is they removed all the South Park elements from the game, and replaced them with stuff from Maya the Bee, a popular European kids show. And this version made it to market, only in Europe. But ǝqᴉΡ wasn't done milking this game for all it's worth, so they took out all the Maya the Bee stuff and replaced it with Mary, Kate, and Ashley Olsen for some reason. And this version would release in the US. And that original South Park version of the game was completely lost to time. Only 2 copies were left on this planet, or so we thought, because a Discord user called ʻsᴉཊᴜ got in contact with the head developer of the game, and that guy just happened to still have a copy, which he then gave to ʻsᴉཊᴜ. And on August 6th, 2018, the game's ROM was posted to the Lost Media Discord server. The game was preserved. Mostly. You see, a ROM can't just be double-clicked on and be played on a PC. In order to play a ROM, you would either need to set up a complicated emulator and risk getting sued, or put the ROM on an actual cartridge yourself. So even though we had the game, not many people could play it, and it just wasn't readily available. Until a random browser game website called retrogames.cc made the game playable on their website in your browser with a keyboard with no downloading or signing in required. This is actually how I learned the game was found. I was just looking for some browser games to play, and I just saw that game in their list and played it, and so can you. At the time of recording, it's still up on the website, and now, after playing the game, it's shockingly good. The gameplay is very puzzle platformer-esque, where you have 3 characters you play as, but you can only control 1 character at a time, and you need to collect these gold statues. The closest gameplay comparison I can think of is it's a mix of Lemmings and Mario vs. Donkey Kong, with a mix of Wario Land, Anton Ball, and Duke Dashington. It's unironically a fantastic puzzle platformer, and even outside of the core gameplay, it's still really good. The cutscenes have really good sprite art and honestly pretty funny writing, and they really capture the South Park's theme and style in such a limited form factor. Especially with the sprites. I mean, they're so cute, and they also capture what the characters are. And the soundtrack is fire. I would unironically listen to this OST in my free time. The game is pretty short, but it is packed with fun puzzles, great pixel art, and a banging OST. This is one of my favorite Game Boy games I've ever played. Granted, I've only played like 8 Game Boy games, but still. The game's still up on retrogames.cc, so if you're bored and want something short to play, I'd recommend it. So yeah, I just want to make a quick update video on that other video, just to let y'all know that the game's been found. If you haven't seen that first video, you can click the notification in the top right-hand corner of the screen and watch it. Or you can watch some of my other Lost Media videos, such as my videos about the original Shrek, the Lost Kazoo Kid VHS, and many, many more. So thank you for watching, and I hope I see you at my next video. Bye!